Hi and welcome to another edition of Quotes with Kotak. Today we have Mr. Ritwik Rai, who will be talking to us about the media sector and how we take about recommendations and stock picks in the sector. So welcome, Ritwik.
Thanks.
We've heard a lot of news being made by companies in the media recently. So what would your outlook be for media companies in general?
In general, if you look at the media stocks in the recent past, let's say a quarter or two, the concentration of profits or capital gains has largely been in the space of broadcasting. So both broadcasters and distribution companies in the broadcasting space have done rather well. So that's essentially a play on the subscription revenue story of India. The advertising revenue story is not doing all that well. So the newspaper publishers and so on are not. So it's a very focused story. It's a story that's completely based on digitization, and which is gaining more and more momentum as of now, because we are approaching the deadline for the phase 1 of digitization, which happens in the 4 metros. That's on October 31st. And also the government has made certain relaxation in foreign ownership norms for distribution companies. That should help the phase 2 and phase 3. So phase 3 and phase 4. So that is what is driving up the stocks.
You mentioned digitization. Now, what does digitization really mean, and how does it benefit the companies in the media?
Okay, digitization, essentially the digital addressable mandate that has been given by the government is essentially, it means that everything every channel that is received by a subscriber, either whether it's a FTA channel or a pay channel, it shall be firstly in the digital format, and secondly it shall be encrypted. So what that means is essentially that you need to have a set-top box. Every consumer needs to have a set-top box, otherwise you cannot watch anything on non-terrestrial mode. You cannot watch anything. So given that that is the case, so a few things will follow. Firstly, there will be greater transparency, because now you can identify each and every subscriber. Secondly, what has happened over the past few years is that the number of channels that viewer can receive in the analog mode is just about 100 or so. So in the digital format, the signals can be compressed further. So so the number of channels increase manifold. So there is greater variety. And thirdly, because of the digitization mandate, a consumer can actually choose the channels that he wants to watch. So because of that, there is greater ability to segment the consumer base. So consequently, they have the following kind of impact on the companies. Firstly, because now there is greater transparency, there is no issue of underreporting, which used to be a big issue earlier on. It is still a big issue in the analog cable. So it will not be an issue going 3 years forward. That is one. So so that means a lot more revenue flow to the organized sector of the broadcasting space. Second, because the number of channels increase dramatically, that means that the carriage and placement fee which is being paid, and which is a big drag on certain broadcasters, especially news broadcasters, that reduces to a very large extent. And thirdly, the ARPUs, if you look at India's cable ARPUs, that have been pretty much stagnant for the past 4-5 years. That they have been stagnant because there has been this subsidization going on because of underreporting from the LCO's end. So greater transparency removes that block. So it's basically these 3 things that will benefit the distribution companies as also the broadcaster. Broadcasters will benefit both at the top line end because of subscription revenue, and at the expense end because the carriage fee will decline.
In terms of an investor like me, how do I make the most of this digitization story?
There's 2-3 things to remember. See, essentially it's a long-term story. It's a very positive move. So long-term investors should get in first. Second, there are certain pitfalls that one can avoid. So one has to understand that while it's a positive for the industry as a whole, exactly where the benefits will fall is cannot be computed at this stage, because we are entering a very dynamic phase now. What's going to happen is there is going to be, I expect that there will be a fair degree of consolidation in the space. There will be a fair degree of new activity. There will be new entrants. There will be while reducing carriage fee is a benefit, it also means that it's an entry barrier as well. So it means that the entry barriers will let down. So there will be what I would advise is that one should invest in this story with a view of participating in the entire value chain. So one should buy a basket of broadcasting stocks, including MSOs, perhaps including DTH players, news broadcasters, and entertainment broadcasters. You should participate across it. It's also important to participate across it because going forward there will be a lot of pressure on certain companies. So you might, in choosing one stock, you might end up losing a lot. So for that reason, I think if one spreads himself a little wider, he'll be better off.
So what stock tips would you give me? What kind of stocks should I pick as a retail investor?
See, in this space we are covering 4 stocks, that is Dish TV, TV18 Broadcast, Sun TV Network, and Zee Entertainment. We are positive broadly on all of them except for Sun TV. And our logic for liking Dish TV is that going forward, as I said, the ARPUs will climb up, and when the ARPUs climb up, that will benefit DTH players as well, not only the MSO entities. It has a very predictable, it has a model that we've seen over the past few years, so there's a certain degree of predictability to it. We like TV18 Broadcast because we think it's one of the broadcasters that is most exposed to the 2 legs of story that I spoke about, that its subscription revenues are barely 12 to 15% of its total revenues as compared to 40 to 45% of Zee. And it also pays a big amount in carriage fee, over 3 billion rupees every year goes out in carriage fee. So we like TV18 Broadcast for that reason. Zee Entertainment we like for a different reason, and the reason is that although the company already makes a substantial amount from analog cable, this company has shown over the years a great deal of vision at such turning points. So for that reason, we think that this is a company that is it has a lot of cash, it has the vision. So that's the way we think about participating in Zee Entertainment. Sun TV, we think it should benefit positively, but firstly, to the first leg of digitization that goes underway October 31st, it's not fully exposed because present only in Chennai, and secondly because it doesn't pay any carriage fee at all. So there's no question of reducing expenses by way of carriage fee. So those are the stocks that we like in this space.